You talk to it, you water it, and sometimes you cry beside it. But what if the plant in your home isn't just listening? What if it's feeling something, and worse? What if it likes it? In labs across the world, plants are reacting to pain, sensing fear, and in one case, changing their chemistry around trauma. But now, researchers have found something they can't explain. A species that doesn't just respond to your sadness, it feeds on it. And the more you hurt, the more alive it becomes. This is not fiction. This is science you were never meant to know. For centuries, plants were seen as passive life. They grow, they bloom, they die, and most of all, they stay silent. But in the 1960s, something strange happened. Cleve Baxter, a polygraph expert with the CIA, hooked up a plant to a lie detector just for fun. What he saw changed everything. The machine spiked wildly when he merely imagined burning the plant's leaf. No touch, no flame, just thought. Scientists called it a hoax. But the question never really went away. Can plants feel us? New research says yes, and more. In 2019, a study from Tel Aviv University showed that tomato and tobacco plants emitted high-pitched screams when their stems were cut. We couldn't hear them, but microphones did. Other experiments show that plants lean toward kind voices, shrink from harsh tones, and some, like the Mimosa pudica, collapse when frightened. In the Amazon, tribes speak of trees that weep at night, and vines that only flower when you're broken. And now, a single species has triggered alarm bells, because this one doesn't just sense pain, it absorbs it. It was discovered in a trauma ward. A therapist in New York had placed a common vine in her office. Nothing special, a gift from a patient. Within months, it had grown 5 times its expected size. It wrapped around the vents, the ceiling, even the camera mounts. And strangely, it only grew on days when emotional sessions occurred. The more her clients cried, the more it thrived. One evening, while reviewing audio from a particularly intense session, she noticed something, a faint, rhythmic pulse. Not in the voices, not in the room, in the background, matching the plant's position. A biologist friend ran tests. What they found shocked them. The plant was releasing a compound similar to dopamine, but only during human emotional breakdowns. No light change, no watering shift, just sadness. It was feeding. They named it Epiphania sanguina, the blood epiphany vine. Its structure looked like any other houseplant until you looked deeper. Inside, its capillaries were unlike anything seen in common flora, interwoven with microscopic receptors similar to mammalian pain sensors. Its roots didn't just absorb water, they reacted to electromagnetic stress fields. It grew best in rooms with high cortisol levels. It loved human suffering. Scientists at UC Davis began to experiment. What happens if you remove the plant from people? Growth stopped, leaves wilted, but place it back into a room with a grieving subject, and it bloomed overnight. Other plants are known to respond to music, to light, to physical touch, but Epiphania didn't care about any of that. It only responded to emotional pain. They placed it in a military PTSD clinic. Within 48 hours, its vines had reached the ceiling. A control plant in another room died. The implications were terrifying and fascinating. Could this plant be harnessed, used as a therapy monitor, as a silent witness in abusive homes, or worse? What if it amplifies emotion to get more? In one test, subjects around the plant reported having darker dreams, flashbacks, in some cases unexplained guilt, like something was watching and remembering. In the Amazon, the plant has another name, La Llorona Verde, the green wailer. Elders claim it grows near burial sites, that it is born from sorrow and eats what humans can't bury. They say it listens to prayers, but not to answer them, to feed on them. In temples in India, monks speak of Bhavana Valley, a vine that blooms only when someone weeps with truth. In Nigeria, Yoruba stories tell of the Emo Igi, a vine that grows beside mourning mothers and carries away the uncried tears. Could this species have existed forever, waiting, following us? Or is it evolving now, because of us, in our age of constant sadness, of collective pain? Is something awakening in the green? Some researchers now refuse to work near it. One psychologist who studied the vine for 3 weeks began hearing voices in her dreams. It said it remembered me, she wrote. The vine has appeared in 7 countries now. Always the same story. Unnoticed growth, rapid expansion during grief. Does not appear in forests, only near humans. This isn't evolution, this is symbiosis. And the question we must ask is, what is it giving us in return? Some victims of loss report a strange feeling near the plant. Not fear, not peace, relief, like it's taking something from them, like it's lifting the weight. But what does it do with that weight? In a sealed room, one vine began to vibrate during a live stream of war footage. No people present, only emotion. In the air, could it be that pain has a frequency, a taste, and if something is feeding, could it one day need more? You think of plants as passive, silent, still. But what if your houseplant knows how you feel? What if it listens every time you cry? What if it remembers your secrets? And what if it never forgets? Would you keep a plant if it took away your sadness, but remembered it forever? Or would you burn it before it learns too much? Comment below, like, share, and subscribe for more stories that science can't explain. Because sometimes the thing growing in the corner of your room is growing with you.